Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about something that I've been waiting to talk about for a while now, simply because it's been all over the news. I've been sharing screenshots with my friends of what I caught in the game, and I've been playing it for about like maybe 5, 6, 7 hours now, and that is, if you couldn't already guess by the title and thumbnail, PalWorld. Now, I don't really think I need to tell you exactly what PalWorld is. It's basically just Pokemon with guns. That's all you need to know. However, for those of you who don't know, there's been some drama brewing between the Game Freak company, those are the guys in charge of Pokemon and behind Pokemon, and PalWorld and their creators, and a whole bunch of just Pokemon meat writers, to be honest with you. A lot of the drama that's been instigated by these other Pokemon fanboys is just quite stupid, to be honest with you. Some of you may have heard of the rumors of there being AI involved, and the people behind PalWorld pretty much just copy pasting designs from Pokemon. And it's actually hilarious too, because when you actually read the tweets and start to get into them, you can start to see the people just kind of doing backflips in their head, trying to prove in whatever way they can that Pokemon is superior and that PalWorld is the one that's copying them, and that nobody else is able to make a successful monster catching game. Like, for example, this tweet right here where it's comparing Empoleon from Pokemon and Penking from PalWorld. By the way, Penking was so annoying to actually catch. If you guys play the game and you know what that dungeon's like, my goodness. Honestly, this Penguin Pal feels like a good example of PalWorld actually doing a unique design. They're both soldier birds but managed to execute the concept differently. I'd like to see more of this. See, now this is an example of one of the more tame tweets. It's a better tweet. This one's more in favor of PalWorld. But then as you go deeper into it, you start to notice more of the brain rot. This pal from PalWorld seems like it's pretty much a ripoff of Superior and Primarina from Pokemon. And then even when going into the AI allegations, I mean, those guys that made that up, he even apologized for that, saying that it's been proven that PalWorld was not actually AI and wasn't stolen assets. And the best part is that the guy who said this stuff is actually saying that PalWorld glorifies animal abuse. Like, what do you think Pokemon is, bro? No, like, honestly guys, I mean, really, the Pokemon fanboys that are just me writing Pokemon even though they haven't made a good game in quite a while. I mean, to be honest with you, the last one that I played was Arceus, and PalWorld is what Arceus wishes that it could be. Like, if we're going to really compare the two, let's be for real. But as I was about to say, I mean, like, the meat writers will do their thing, right? And from what I'm understanding and from what's being reported, Game Freak or Pokemon is starting to look into legal matters regarding PalWorld, and I genuinely don't think they have a foot to stand on, because quite literally PalWorld is so different from Pokemon, even though, you know, the whole thing about it is that it's Pokemon with guns. I mean, like, let's calm down with that, all right? We're looking at it like side by side. It's different enough to where it's like, you know, it's its own game. Nothing's really like a copy paste. I mean, sure, some of them, and I mean like a very few, like a handful, could be considered heavily inspired by Pokemon. You know, like Pingullet, for example, the one that you can shoot out of a rocket launcher, that blue penguin, that looks like Piplup. Foxsparks kind of looks like Finnegan, and the one we were just talking about in that other tweet is named Azerobe. That one kind of looks like Cresselia, sort of. But even then, in a side-by-side comparison, they're still different. And heck, I even hatched one today that looks like Gyarados. I think his name is Jormuntide. But they are different colors and they do come in different variants, and the only reason why it looks like Gyarados is just because it's a long fish. It's pretty much it. And you know, if we're just keeping it a buck here, I feel like this is Pokemon's fault. Like, this whole thing, PalWorld even existing, it might be Pokemon's fault. Their inability to make an actual quality game that the fans are enjoying. And no, I'm not talking about the meat writers. I'm talking about like other fans who can actually look at this from a non-biased perspective. Clearly, something is wrong with the actual genuine fans of the game. And Game Freak just literally doesn't care because Pokemon is the most profitable anime of all time. And I guess to end this video off, I do want to talk about the things that I like and I don't like about the game. The first thing about it is the price point of the game. It's below $30. Honestly, with as much hype as this was getting, I thought it was going to be like 60 bucks, but I really did appreciate it was below half that. And as somebody who literally only plays Destiny, and that's a game filled with microtransactions, it's insane to see a game that doesn't have any microtransactions at all. Like, I literally just paid for the game and I got to play the entire thing. At first, I didn't really like that there was no directions for new players, and being a new player at the time, I just didn't really find my way until like maybe hour 3. But then I realized it was a survival game and you're gonna have to feel your way out, and and figure things out on your own, which, you know, makes sense. The combat mechanics could use a little bit of tweaking. I feel like there should be more immersive music as you're going into battles or as somebody else is trying to attack you, because right now it's kind of just elevator music unless you're in like one of those boss battles. I also feel like the boss towers should have like multiple levels to them, maybe 3 or 4, with the 5th or top floor having the actual boss. I also don't like how slow the characters feel. Like, even when you're running, it's still kind of slow, and even when you have a mount, it's still pretty slow. Like, if we can have an update where everything just kind of goes faster a little bit, that would be way better. I do like that in certain battles, type advantages kind of do matter, but at the same time, I wish that it mattered a little bit more, and that's actually one of the things that I do like about Pokemon. The typing advantages kind of make sense, for the most part at least, and they heavily affect gameplay. With PalWorld, I mean, I can go up to any water type and mow them down with my Fox Sparks, and a fire type just genuinely shouldn't be as effective as, say, a grass type, but I should be able to see that reflected in gameplay. Another thing that I do like, and something that does happen pretty often, is raids, and I feel like they should kind of increase in difficulty as you get higher in levels. Like, I'm level 31 right now, and I haven't been in danger really, or my base hasn't really been in danger pretty much ever from a raid. Like, it's gotten to the point where I literally just throw out my pals and let the other pals that are around working on my base just handle the light work. It's usually like 2, 3, 4 enemies anyways, and it's not really that big of a deal. And the final thing is just a story. I've said this ever since I started playing the game, but if PalWorld actually had a good story, 10 out of 10 game. Like, literally. This might be kind of crazy for me to say, but this is kind of how I'm feeling right now. But PalWorld, it's so good that it kind of ripped me away from Destiny. I don't feel as much of a need to play every day anymore. I've been kind of looking for something new anyways, and this was just kind of like the perfect timing. But I already care so much about PalWorld. Let me care about it a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Just give me some more story, and just give me something else to do other than catch pals. Because let's face it, at some point, I'm going to catch them all. Or somebody else is going to catch them all. And then what? So that's going to be pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button. If you want more content similar to this, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Sub up, stay safe, and peace.